This is such a poem in my view because it deals with a universal issue. In some countries it is more, in some countries it is less, but in the countries where it is more, it is a matter of universal concern. That is the importance of brilliant poetry finding translation. Otherwise it remains, in spite of its beauty, restricted to a smaller audience. This poem should be published in as many international journals concerned with environment. Because it says in a few lines what entire essays cannot say about the visual imagery of environmental desecration. That is the point. And so, through this, one of the challenges in translating you, Gulzar Sahab, in spite of the challenge, the larger goal is important, I think, to both of us and to Sukrita, who is a professional in the area of linguistics. When tired of winging around, the white eagle descends, it speaks to the mountains of trees that once were. There a tall deodar had stood once, it would tie the clouds to its leaves like a turban.
Beautiful.
Or wrap them around like a shawl. Holding the breeze, swaying, it would say, if I was not rooted, I would waft away with you.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow.
And there, a little ahead of the keeker, was a shisham. The two would fight a great deal. But the truth was that the keeker was envious of the shisham's height. When the wind whistled through the leaves of the shisham, the birds on its branches would imitate the sound. There was a mango tree too. Always was. There was a mango tree too. For years a koel would light on it as it flowered. Nearby were a few gulmohars, of which only one remains. It spends its time assuaging the pain of names gouged on its body.
Beautiful.
Her lover जाके लिख देता है, so and so love so and so, heart and arrow through. And here a neem tree, in love with the moonlight, drunk with joy, its leaves would turn blue. A little further away on the next mountain, a rustle of pines could be heard breathing deeply. See the imagery, how it recreates the movement of the breeze by just saying, a rustle of pines could be heard breathing deeply.
Beautiful.
But today, not one can be seen there. I have not seen, but it is said that in the embrace of that valley lived a champa, larger than the big banyan tree. Lush, milk-white sap oozing from its cuts. The poor champa was taken away from this jungle in so many pieces. Sitting on a barren tree, the white eagle tells the mountains old stories of tall trees that once were, trees that stunted men felled, cut into pieces and burnt.
Wow.
Beautiful.
Wow.
Very beautiful.
Beautiful.
I think this translation was absolutely superb. And what I really appreciate is that the way it is kind of bringing into poetry a certain kind of a very restrained anger. It's like lava,
Lava.
is coming out. Beautiful. Thank you very much, Steve, for this wonderful session. It's, I think we were talking to each other.
Thank you.
Thank you very much, Pawan, Sukrita, and Gulzar Sahab.